peeps, and welcome back to playing games with me, and we got a new series, Kerbal Space Program. That's right. It's gonna be a new series I'm gonna start. This first episode is gonna be more like an introduction, tutorial kind of thing of the actual game itself. So yeah, let's. Right now, as you can see at the bottom right-hand corner, I am playing off version 0.19, build 0.1.54, and yeah, it's the most recent update of Kerbal Space Program. And just to give credit, it's made by, I think it's called Monkey Squad? Maybe it's just called Squad, and it's got a monkey face on it. I forget what it says in the beginning. But basically, it's a game where you are NASA. Yeah, or if you're not familiar with the space program of the United States, basically you're the owner of a space program. You run a program. You build rockets or space planes, and you send them up into space or into orbit, or just fly it around the planet, or, you know, do whatever you want. Now, I haven't played this game in a while. And let's see what we're going to call this. It's going to be the GeassChicken Space Program. The GCSP. Now, there's also another option called Career, which you can't click on yet because this game is still in alpha. However, it's quite a long so far, and you can get it for, you can buy it, you know, pre-order basically on Steam if you want. I'll have the link in the description. And, but you probably should just get the demo, because the demo is version 0.18, which is one version back, which there's not a whole lot of difference between that and the current one. So, yeah, I think you should just stick with a free one for now, really. And if you want to buy into it so you can get later updates and whatnot, you know, do it now. It's a fun game. And don't think that, oh my goodness, this is like rocket science. How am I gonna do this? Well, kinda, sorta, not really rocket science. It can be confusing at first, but, yeah, it's kind of the same time, not really. Just a little ingenuity or thought can really, you know, you can figure it out pretty easily. Now, this is one of the main menu things here, where you could choose if you want to go to the space plane building center, where you can build space planes, stuff that'll fly into orbit, or maybe even other planets potentially, or, you know, stuff that's just going to fly around the planet. The rocket building area here is where you build rockets, self-explanatory. And then we got the tracking station, which you can do to check out all your different stuff floating in space or on the planet and whatnot. And then we have the launch pad. Now, for those who are familiar with earlier versions, they've changed some stuff. If you're not familiar with 1.9, go find a different kind of update video on YouTube. There's plenty. But I think we're going to start off with the building a rocket. Now, this thing comes with pre-loaded vehicles, which they'll show, but I want to show these capsules first. This is the main kind of menu you'll be spending a somewhat bit of time in. And this is where you're going to design your rockets. Now, you have a couple cockpits. I'm probably still saying it wrong. To choose from. Cockpit, yeah, there we go. And these ones are mainly for space planes, mainly. You know, they look more like plane tops. You know, this one looks more like a shuttle. Now, these ones are more like pods that you could send up. However, these ones here are more like probes. You gotta power them with electricity that you can get from solar panels or whatnot. But you don't have to sacrifice any of your men, your astronauts, your Kerbalites. Because, by the way, the people of this planet are called Kerbals, and the planet's called Kerbin. So I'll be referring to that. And yeah, these ones can hold different amounts of Kerbins, different, you know, number of people. And what you can just do is you can just place something and, you know, drag it up, move around. And then you get the option of propulsion, control, structural, aerodynamic, utility, and science. Now, all that sounds complicated, but basically what it means is this stuff moves you and blows you up. This stuff controls you while you blow up. This stuff allows you to move through the air after you blow up or during. And that kind of goes with the rest of this too, and this keeps you powered and able to blow shit up more, trying to do more complicated stuff. And this stuff here just gives you some weird fun facts and looks kind of cool. Yeah. Anyway. So, basically what you do is you build this capsule. It's the main building point. And then you can stick engines and gas tanks and jet engines. Gas engines. And everything requires fuel. Everything has a weight. So you gotta make sure that you got enough for the ride. Now, if you just want to go back up, then come back down, or you just want to blow up, then feel free to use a limited amount or a lot of fuel if you really feel like it, because if you overweight yourself, you ain't going anywhere. But I think we're just going to, and they got thrusters and stuff like that too. You can also build rovers now. They gave us wheels. Oh, and you have parachutes and solar panels and ladders, so your Kerbals can actually leave your spaceship, fly around in jetpacks, or walk on a planet. Or fly around on a planet. So yeah, we got solar panels, wheels, gear, you know, stuff to drive around on, and all kinds of fun stuff. I've seen so many awesome stuff built with this game. It's amazing. I mean, search Kerbals at War on YouTube. That's an amazing video that can show you the potential of this game. And there's plenty of modifications for this game too, if you want, you know, weapons or something. They've added that. So I think I'm just going to start off with a basic one here. They've given us plenty of little stuff. Let's see. Satellite. I haven't seen what some of these looks like yet. It's been a while. I haven't played since about 0.17, because 0.16, about that time. I've been kind of looking out and... Oh, that's interesting. So it's basically interesting. Now I took everything apart just so I could see what everything's about, but a little mini engine in there, and wow, that looks cool. Okay. So yeah, there we got some cool stuff on here. Anyway, let's see how this thing goes. I mean, it looks like it's solid. Looks like this thing would hold up well. Yeah. Let's launch this thing. So once you get your stuff built, you have in the far right corner here your stages. Now, starting from the most bottom one that's going to activate first, and then it'll move up. You hit spacebar to activate a new stage. And so right now, this engine will fire when I first hit space. Then later, once that starts going, these clamps will let go, these ones down here. Then these solid fuel boosters, which just, when you activate them, they just blow off until they run out of fuel. Then they are released, these clamps, to get rid of them so you don't have the weight. And then you just got this engine, then it detaches, and some more fun stuff happens, and we have a satellite in space. So, let's give this thing a launch. Now, at first, there's a small frame drop when you load your stuff, because it's got to load the whole world and the solar system, which, by the way, you can travel to other planets in this game. I mean, you can go to a number of places. It's amazing. And, yeah, we're getting some frame droppage, as I just noted. It'll come back here in a second, once everything's nice and loaded. Now, this is the second screen that you're going to be spending a good deal of time in, and that's where you're actually testing and running your rocket. Now, I should figure out my settings a little bit better to make this look a little nicer, or at least, you know, frame-wise. But that's something I'll mess with a little bit later. However, for this video, yeah, we're just going to launch this thing up. Right now we have kind of our speed, or thrust as it were. Force, that's the amount of force we're pushing with our vehicle. This is generally the distance from the surface or whatever target you set. So if you want to hit something, you could set that as the target. It'll tell you how fast you're going relative to the thing you want to get to. And yeah, up here you have a time speed thing, so you can go faster and time-wise stages. And we're ready to rock and roll. Staging, cocking, docking. Yeah, there's different types of things. You have lights if you have them. We don't have lights. Your resource panel up here tells you how much stuff you got, where it's located, all that fun stuff. And then we got brakes, but we don't need that. But let's launch. Oh. Now, if you hit T, you can activate what's called SAS, which basically is a guidance thing, which allows you to not wig out, which I'm hoping this thing has. Maybe this thing didn't come with SAS. That's gonna scare me. But anyway, when you launch something into the air and hope that it doesn't blow up when you're sending it up, there's two things you can do. And one of the things you could do is you can do what's called a gravity turn, which means at about 2,500 meters up over here, you're going to want to start turning to the right or left, depending on which way you want your orbit. Generally, you kind of want to do it easterly. But, yeah, you just fly straight up. You can see how much fuel I got left up here and down there. And, yeah, we're just kind of flying into space. Whoa, I am cockeyed like crazy. There we go. So generally you want to keep it on that yellow target. Why am I wigging out? Back up. There we go. Okay. Now we can start doing a gravity turn. I really wish I had... Oh, I don't want to go that way. Don't force me. There we go. I'm evening everything back out. The controls are a WASD. It's kind of wonky until you get used to it. But until you do, I mean, SAS would make this so much easier. It would control me so much nicer. But basically, we're trying to get this out as far as we can. So we can get a nice, happy orbit. Alright. We just ran out of fuel. Now we can jettison that. And bye-bye. Now we got this. I think we can open up this communication stuff. Ah, this thing's got action groups. See, look at that, looking all nice like a satellite. Alright, now, by the way, you hit the M key to bring up this gigantic map. So you can control things from here, which is really nice. Now that I'm in space, you think like, wow, this is gonna take forever to get there. Not really, because I can just speed it up. Oh, I'm throttled up. I gotta throttle back down. Whoops. There we go. We can speed things up a little bit. And once we get here, we can actually start to create an orbit around our planet. Alright. I need to start burning. There we go. It's just a little bit late, but we should be fine. So, right now, let's see, our Spaaaacccceee is 171, so we're just gonna wait till that circle poops out the other end of the planet, and then wha-bam, we got ourselves an orbit. A little further, come on, you can do it. We still got plenty of fuel, You just need to get moving right, and you generally want to do this burn, as it's called, right at your Spaaaacccceee, or just before, because that's the most efficient use of your fuel. Now, should be popping out the end there pretty quick. Alright. It's gonna... Alright, we're at 269. Can bring this up just a little bit. We're gonna spin around the planet. Yes, we do have an orbit now, by the way. Woo! People down at home base are like, we did it! We did it! Alright, so, but now, I want to get this thing spherical. And to do that, do I need to burn this way? No, other way. Spin around. There we go. Come on, just a little bit more. Oh, this thing probably has boosters, thrusters on them called RCS, which I could turn on if I wanted to, but this thing is so small, it can easily burn. Let's see, what is this? 354. Boost that up just a little bit. 354. Come on, we can bring it up. 354. 349. 365. I think that's pretty spherical. But yeah, look at that. Where's the planet? There it is. We're on the dark side right now. Ah, look at that. Now we don't really need this extra boosters, you know, fuel left, but we still have some good amount of fuel in there if we want to use it later. So I don't think we really need to do anything else with this. Now, this is using a probe, so there's no little Kerbals that we can have do a little spacewalk. But I mean, think about it. Look how fast we're moving. We're moving at almost 2K meters per second. 2,000. Holy smokes, that's booking it. But yeah, there's the planet. And if we want to speed stuff up a bit, go a little quicker. See the sun rise. Oh no, where's the sun? There it is. Look at that. We can see the planet below us. Now, you could actually put these things into an orbit that will keep it positioned over the planet at the same area. That's called geosynchronous orbit. And that is not fun to try to get. There is some weird math that you can do to accomplish that, but I neither have the math skills nor the patience to do that. So we're just going to be spinning the opposite direction here. Because, you know, that's how I roll. And look at the sun. Boop! Look at that lens flare. But yeah, you know, that was simple, wasn't it? I mean, even just with the stock parts, the basic one that they gave us, we were able to get up there with plenty of fuel. And then off those, you can build your own stuff. As I mentioned before, does this thing have RCS? Oh, I gotta trim back down. There we go. There we go. Got control back. RCS. Nope, this thing does not have RCS. It has RCS fuel here, though. That's what this thing is. So yeah, it's got, it's got fuel. It's full. Can't use it. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just liquid fuel that this thing was using. That makes sense. Yeah, it doesn't have RCS. That's okay, though. So let's point our satellite down. It doesn't matter, though, because RCS would just help you move larger ships. And, it doesn't really matter for us. So yeah, if we want, we can just lock this bad boy in. It doesn't matter. The SAS doesn't matter because we don't have SAS. But yeah, there's our first ship up in orbit. And this is going to be a slightly longer episode as I kind of introduce stuff that's going on. But yeah, I think right now we can, if you end flight, your object will go away. Don't do that. Unless you don't want it to be there, then end flight. But me, I can just click Space Center. If you click the Space Center, you see this. If you go to your tracking station, you can actually see that, oh, look at that. I have the ZMAP satellite sitting there. It's in progress. Now, to give you a little idea, there's a ZMAP satellite debris. That's one of the things that's falling back down to the planet. It doesn't look like it's hit down yet, but it should soon. Once it does, it should be gone. Now, if I recall where the Kerbal Space whole setup is, I don't know where it is. It's either here, I think it's here, right here. I think about there is where the Kerbal Space Station-ish area is, where we go from. And our satellite's on the opposite end right now, not very useful. And then if we zoom out, we can see there's the Mun. And the Mun is like the moon of Earth. In the sense that there it is. You can go land on it or crash into it, whichever way you want to do it. Maybe I'll do another video of that later. And then if you zoom out even farther, we have Minimus, which is like a second moon. Holy smokes! Now, this is the main planet is called Kerbal. So then we got the Mun, and then we got Minimus. Past that, you can zoom out even farther and see a whole solar system. And then you got Eve. Then you got Moho, which would be more like Mercury and Venus. Then you got the Sun, or they probably call it something else here, but I'm just gonna call it the Sun. And then we got Duna, which is like their version of Mars. And then they got Dress, which I'm betting is more like closer to a Saturn-like planet, perhaps. I haven't actually looked at it in a very close look. Let's take a look at Drez. And by the way, you can double-click or double left-click on these planets and zoom in on them. Oh, it's a big rock. It's like an asteroid. That's no moon! But, yeah. We can zoom back out of this. So if you want to send satellites to another planet, good luck. But these things are very, okay, I'm fibbing with you a little bit there. It is a little easier to actually get stuff to other planets than you may think. It's something that was implemented just a little bit ago. This is more like so this is kind of more like Saturn, Jupiter, I'm thinking. But let's go back to our satellite here. Now, say we wanted to, maybe we want to send our satellite to another planet. Now, this is assuming that you have enough fuel inside of your vehicle to actually accomplish doing such a mission. This is what you can do. Here's my satellite. It's only got a little fuel in it. That's not nearly anywhere enough to get it anywhere. But say I want to send it to the moon as a example. I can left click on my path here. I can click add maneuver, and I can actually create a maneuver. I can use, plot a course to send out a path to the moon. And then all I need to do then is figure out, alright, am I in the right plane with my, with the moon there? No, I'm not. So let's try to straighten this thing out just a little bit. That's not what I wanted to do. Bring it down. Uh-oh. That's not right. Alright. I don't want to mess with this. What could I do? I want to get a contact with the moon. E.T. phone home. Give me contact with my moon. Okay, let's pull back just a little bit. Don't have to be that far away to get in contact with our moonly brothers. But if you mess around with this maneuver enough like that, you will get contact with your destination. Now, if I were to do this burn, which is what I'm setting up, it's a maneuver to go to the planet here, I would, I would actually plummet into the moon, I'm very certain. Well, all that would mean, though, is that I just have to slow down as I approach. Now, if I did this burn, now if we, let's just say right now, for shits and giggles, if you look at your little mini-map down here, and you see this blue kind of circle-ish thing, that's your maneuver. That's the direction that you need to burn if you wanted to get there. You'd have to, like that, and right here, you can see right here, estimated burn, not available, node in time, so that means you have 7 minutes before you hit your objective, and then you gotta start burning like crazy. Now, it's not available because this burn for me is virtually impossible to accomplish. I don't have anywhere near the amount of fuel I would need to actually accomplish this burn. However, let's just say, for the sake of science, we wanted to go there. We have 40 seconds before the impact. So let's speed up just a little bit to when we get there. Now have it be noted, you want to start burning just a little bit before your actual burn because your engine takes a little bit to rev up. And you do that by shift and control, which turns your thrusters up. Now, we got a little couple seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, burn! So now, estimated burn time, we have to burn for another 25 seconds to complete this burn. It's what we need to do in order to activate that maneuver. Now, I may actually have enough to last for a couple more seconds, but it will not be enough. There is no way I have enough. Nope. I just ran out. That's where we got our Kerbal Space there. If we could go a little further, things would be a little nicer. But we have one more engine that we can use to get a little farther. It won't be enough. I'm betting you that is not enough fuel. Especially since this engine right here, and you can see all your stuff here, fuel flow, your thrust, the impulse, which you don't really care about. You can shut down the engine too. You can do that with other engines like turbo engines and stuff. You don't want them running. You can even transfer fuel from one part of a ship to another by right-clicking on one part, then right-clicking on another part that have fuel. You can also open and close these nice little things at will, although I don't think I can close them again. The way I closed them before was just with one button click. The way that works, perhaps I don't know how it works. It's called an action group. Basically, you can set your numpad, or basically your numbers, to activate having a group of things do stuff, so you can have stages blow off together and stuff like that. But basically, oh, we're gonna make it. Is that enough? Is that gonna be enough to get us where we want? Alright, as we are right now, we're gonna leave the orbit of our entire solar system. Let's see if we can bring that down. I don't want to leave. I want to go around the moon. Alright. We don't have enough to do anything anyway, so I might as well just blow it off there. Secure our orbit. Now we have an orbit in between around the moon and our planet. Now, I don't know what the result of this will be. Oh, throttle down. Let's take a look, shall we? We're gonna move around. Hey, these debris that we left behind, that past engine, is gonna go stay on the same path. So we're gonna go take a trip to the moon. Let's see, where's the moon? There you at, moon. I want to take data. Let me open these things. Let me open them! No! It's not letting me open them. I'm sad. So let's speed this up a little bit. Get us a little closer to the moon. Or the mun, in this case, as they call it here. M-U-N. Mun. Now let's open this up. And as we're going to enter this really weird orbit because the moon, or the mun, is going to catch us and toss us around. Gonna spin me right round, baby, right round. Okay. But basically, we're about to get caught with the mun right about now. Boom, we just got caught. Uh-oh, our new trajectory states that we're not gonna make it. We're gonna get launched out into space. This probe will be lost in space forever. It's a sad day for the GeassChicken Space Program. We'll lose one of our own. Due to our bad mathematics and guessing, approximation, maneuvering, we're going to lose our probe. It was a nice try. We get to say hello to the moon. We get to say hi and witness it. A sad, sad farewell. And thus, I will see you later, peeps.